Welcome back and save the date. It's wedding season. If you've been there, done that, you know wedding season can be a joyful yet overwhelming experience. Joining me now to help you discover strategies for setting boundaries to ensure you don't overcommit and feel overwhelmed is the author of the soon-to-be released book, The Highway to Health, Writing the Road to Better Boundaries. Anastasia Turchetta, it is so great to see you.
I'm honored to be back. Thank you.
So this is a big one, especially since it is wedding season. So how do you prioritize wedding events?
It's such a great question, and I think we almost have to strategically look at this. So you're looking at ceremonies and showers and engagement parties, and maybe even something that's more different. Some cultures have multi-day events. So how do you prioritize that? And that would be, what is your relationship? Is it an immediate family member? Is it an extended family member? Are they a close friend, acquaintance, a colleague? You know, kind of look at that. Then your next thing would be location. Location, right? Like, are you going to travel to these events, or is it a destination wedding? What does that look like for you? Finally, you're going to look at finances. And then the other thing, you want to make sure that you have it in the budget, because boundaries not only help us avoid saying yes to the stress, but boundaries also mean budgets.
Okay, so and like you said, because it costs a lot of money to go to the wedding. So what are some realistic strategies for us to keep in mind?
You know, as I was looking, because I'm like, what is the proper or etiquette, if you would, when you go to a shower? How, what does that look like for a shower gift, a wedding gift, your travel accommodations, and then you have to look at the extra part of that. So a way to budget for that would be, generally a shower gift is in between $25 and $75. A wedding gift is in between $100 and $200. It depends upon your relationship, obviously. And then you're looking at wedding attire. I mean, I've got a wedding coming up, and I got to tell you, I wanted a new dress. You know what I mean?
I don't blame you.
You're looking out, you want a new dress. You want to look nice, right? So there's a wedding attire. Your travel accommodations, oh my goodness, that's airfare, Uber, car rental, hotel, food. Look into things like that so you can include this in your budget. And then, of course, if you have kids, and maybe you might need a babysitter, or for us, we have a furry kid. So you're looking at dog boarding, and that's also something to look into, that because that can be expensive overall. So the message and the boundaries you want to look at are, what is nice to attend and what do I need to attend?
Okay. Now, what are some areas that are vital to set communication boundaries and just boundaries in general?
It's funny because we don't think about it, but I would say look at your accommodations, because when you come into town and his family gets excited, I'm going to see you, you're going to stay with us. Or they could say, Gail and Mark, you're local, can you host these individuals? And sometimes we have to make sure we're not overcommitting, because it's an emotional strain. A lot of emotions are riding on wedding days, whether you are the bride or you're coming in as a guest. So you want to make sure you're looking at accommodations. So for us, we're going to a wedding that's out of town, and we just needed our own space. So maybe even though you stay with family, a boundary could be, or what to say would be, hey, this trip, we're going to decide it's just better for us to stay at a hotel, because it helps us have our own space and we can recharge in between events. We thank you for understanding that, and we just can't wait to celebrate with you on the day.
I like that. Now, what is a wish them well boundary?
The wish them well boundary is a gracious way to disengage, because when you're at a wedding, you're going to see exes sometimes in today's world, right? You don't know who you're going to run into. So you might get along with your in-laws, you may not. You might see an ex that you get along with, or you may not. But what is a wish them well boundary that is wish them well? It's great to see you. Keep the conversation focused on the couple, because that's what we're there for, and then gracefully exit, whether it's, I need to use the restroom, I see Mark over there, I forgot to tell him something, whatever that may be. Gracefully disengage.
I like it. Any other final words of wisdom? We got about a minute left.
I'd say, you know what, keep sure that your message is to avoid saying yes to the stress. This is a time of celebration, and that's where the focus needs to be, but do not disregard your importance of self-care during this time.
All right, Anastasia Turchetta, thank you as always for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
And we're going to share Anastasia's advice on BloomTampaBay.com. We'll be back with more Bloom right after this.